Right now at noon, the McDonald County Sheriff's Office recovers roughly 8 pounds of meth following drug investigations.
And we've got that mix of mostly clear to partly cloudy skies, seasonably cool temperatures as we head into the afternoon. A look at your forecast coming up.
Plus, Joplin leaders gather for a first-of-its-kind community discussion. Details on the major topics on the table.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities investigate a stabbing at a Casey's General Store in Jay, Oklahoma. This is KOAM News. I'm Samantha Walker. Officers found an adult male bleeding from stab wounds inside the store on South Main Street late Tuesday night. A medical helicopter rushed the victim to an area hospital, and investigators quickly identified the suspect as Creedon Summerfield, who was later arrested and taken to the Delaware County Jail. The incident remains under investigation. You can watch for updates on our website at KOAMNewsNow.com. Now let's check in with Chris Warner for a look at the forecast.
Yeah, taking a live look outside from downtown Pittsburgh, and take a look. We've got those mostly clear to partly cloudy skies, just as we were promised there. And a quick look from the MoDOT camera 20th and range line in Joplin. You can see some of those same clouds, otherwise fair amount of sunshine. In terms of yesterday, fairly average start, 26 and 6 degrees above normal, but not as warm as what we had been seeing. But remember what I told you, that's a high that would have been recorded in Joplin probably 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And then the temperatures, of course, began to drop through the day. Today, it is colder across the area. We're into the mid and upper 30s, and we've got one low 40. Sedan sitting at 41 as the warm spot, but those winds picking up. So even if you're 41, Sedan, your wind chill's 33. We've got wind chills into the 20s across a good portion of the area. Those gusty winds continue tonight and into the overnight hours. That mix of mostly clear, partly cloudy skies will also continue. We're falling back through the upper 30s by 11 o'clock. And remember, cold front pushes through overnight. Winds are going to shift out of the northwest, still gusting to 20. Then we get much colder for this weekend. Go over those details with you here in just a few more minutes. Sam?
Thanks, Chris. Authorities seized almost 9 pounds of meth this week as 3 people in McDonald County, Missouri were arrested and charged with felony drug trafficking. According to the local sheriff's office, these arrests are part of a series of ongoing narcotics investigations in the county. On January 11th, a McDonald County deputy made contact with Robert Embody near the town of Jane, Missouri. Deputies learned at the scene that Embody is wanted in the state of Tennessee for violating parole after multiple offenses of child neglect. Authorities conducted a search of his backpack, revealing multiple syringes and a large bag containing a white crystal substance. The sheriff's office seized a quarter pound of methamphetamine, and Embody remains in custody with pending charges of trafficking drugs. Earlier this month, the McDonald County Sheriff's Office and the Ozark Drug Enforcement Team received information about a woman suspected of selling large amounts of methamphetamine. On January 13th, a special response team was sent to Powell, Missouri to detain Devin Black and several others. Authorities secured the bus that Black was living in and searched the rest of the property with foot patrols and drones. Dennis Wishen was located hiding in the woods with a backpack that contained multiple bags of meth and similar substances. In total, the sheriff's office seized around 8 pounds of suspected methamphetamine, along with mushrooms, pills, and other drug-related items. The Parsons chief of police condemns a drive-by shooting that put innocent lives at risk in a neighborhood where families and children live. Chief Robert Spink says the gunfire erupted Tuesday night over a $20 marijuana deal, and now 2 people are in custody. It started Tuesday night with reports of gunfire in the 2600 block of Stevens Avenue. Officers stopped a vehicle matching the description, and during the stop, officers found multiple firearms, including a stolen rifle, drugs, and ammunition in the vehicle. They also found multiple shell casings in the scene, both in the driveway and on the sidewalk. Officers say there were several people in the home at the time, including children. No injuries were reported. Well, city leaders in Joplin come together to discuss major challenges and future plans within the community. KOAM's Kenny Foreman reports on the inaugural state of the community event with the major topics brought to the forefront.
For a first-time event, City Manager Nick Edwards left feeling confident in his ability to keep citizens up to date.
Every resident appreciates transparency, appreciates communication about what's going on in the city, and so this was kind of a moment for us to talk about the things that we've accomplished and the things that we're planning to do ahead. And we want to have thoughtful engagement.
Throughout the morning, both the mayor and the city manager emphasized that citizen input is key in helping the city accomplish its goals.
I hope we've shown our accessibility to residents, whether it be through different survey processes or through meetings, or even with the mayor and the council participating in meetings. We try to be accessible so that we're understanding the community's thoughts and feelings.
Major points addressed included public safety, economic opportunity, and addressing homelessness. Additionally, custodial worker Rhonda Hefner was recognized as Employee of the Year.
I'm shocked. I mean, I feel like I love my job, and I was told from early childhood that if you get a job and you like it, do it well, and it'll all be worth it. And that's the way it is.
Mayor Keenan Cortez expressed optimism for his city going forward, citing its ability in overcoming challenges.
The pandemic happened in early 2020, and it kind of set some of that momentum backwards a little bit. But now we're coming out of that, and we're on the other side, and we've laid the foundation for the next level of progress in our community. So, okay, everybody, the stage is set. Come get on the boat with us, and let's go forward.
In Joplin, Kenny Foreman, KOAM News.
Mayor Cortez says he hopes to continue connecting with the community through more events, newsletters, and open city council meetings. Ulcer Optimist International of Joplin proves laughter is the best medicine and the best fundraiser too. In February, the group will host the 10th annual Comedy for Camp and S'more event at the Cornell Complex. This event provides an opportunity for the community to help make an impact by supporting programs that help local foster children and empowering women.
By attending the event, you're supporting our cause, which helps do good in our community and helps make an impact with children and women and girls, and we're just so grateful for the support of our community, especially our sponsors and all of that too, who've stepped up to help make sure this event happens.
The Comedy for Camp event is Friday, February 20th, with opening act Jody Fuller and the headliner Kevin Farley. Tickets are on sale now. Well, coming up next, President Trump is meeting with Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado at the White House today to discuss the future of the nation's government. And later, we're making a batch of cake mix cookies in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. President Trump will meet today with Venezuela's opposition leader as questions remain over the country's future. Greenland and Danish foreign ministers are also trying to work through differences with the Trump administration amid the president's push to acquire Greenland, citing national safety reasons. Natalie Brand reports from the White House.
U.S. Southern Command released this video showing U.S. forces seizing a sixth oil tanker in the Caribbean before dawn, part of the ongoing quarantine of sanctioned oil going in and out of Venezuela. It comes ahead of President Trump's meeting with Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado at the White House today.
I think we're getting along very well with Venezuela.
President Trump has signaled relations are warming, with Venezuela's acting president, Delcy Rodriguez, left over from the Maduro regime.
She's a terrific person. I mean, she's somebody that we've worked with very well.
In an interview with CBS Evening News earlier this month, Machado, who hopes to lead Venezuela, said Rodriguez can't be trusted.
She was sanctioned by the United States government because of the corruption and all the involvement she has in criminal activities.
President Trump also isn't backing down from talk of taking over Greenland. And following a meeting with the Vice President and Secretary of State, Denmark's foreign minister says fundamental differences remain.
We want to work with our American friends and allies, but it must be respectful cooperation, and it must respect the red lines.
But the president has called it a matter of national security, adding Greenland is vital to the Golden Dome defense system he wants to build.
If we don't go in, Russia's going to go in and China's going to go in.
Lawmakers across party lines are defending Greenland's sovereignty.
The idea that we have to own the country in order to protect our national security is just nonsense.
The lawmakers have said the Danes and Greenlanders are open to additional national security assets, but say that can be done without taking over the island. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Well, still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
A cookie shortcut that starts like a cake. And it's not as weird as it sounds. You'll see what I mean.
And we are going to be breezy tomorrow, freezing by Saturday. Details when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at noon on this Thursday, and it was very cold starting this morning. We had temperatures into the teens, and that put us 10 to 15 degrees below average, and we started the day about 30 degrees colder than where we were yesterday morning. And we're doing a little warming finally. You can see the camera though. Downtown Pittsburgh, it's shaking a bit because that southwest wind has picked up, and that's what led to those wind chills now. Even though our temperatures are gradually trying to climb, the wind chill makes it not feel any better than it would any other day when it's cold. All right. Let's get on to the future track here. Mix of mostly clear to partly cloudy skies continues through the afternoon, as do those gusty winds. We're dry otherwise, not much to crow about for today. Now overnight, we have this cold front, and if you watch, there it comes. And that's the authentic sound it makes when it passes through. We'll have mostly cloudy skies heading into the start of Friday, and as that front pushes through, winds will shift out of the northwest. Now initially, they're still gusting to 20, and the reason that's not that bad is because as the day progresses Friday, by late morning, early afternoon, those northwest winds are now gusting to 30. So even though our temperatures tomorrow will be pretty similar to today, those wind chills are going to be still pretty cold out there. And with cloudy skies, that's not really going to help all that much. Now, future track by 5, you can see a couple of flurries, a couple of sprinkles. It's a possibility. If we're going to see anything, and again, I've emphasized it yesterday, this morning, I'm going to emphasize it again. We're not expecting a blizzard or a snowstorm or really much of anything out of this system. But some isolated flurries, perhaps a couple of snow showers will be possible starting, I'd say, really about 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow evening and continuing through about noon or 1 on Saturday. Now, as you can see, what is showing up on Future Track is fairly isolated. There's not much of it out there. We're not expecting much. At most, if you get under one of these snow showers that maybe tries to produce a little bit more, you might get a dusting on grassy surfaces. That's going to be really about it in accumulations. Now, the thing that we are going to watch, and that you want to watch as well, is as this falls, bridges, overpasses, our favorite thing to talk about in the winter, any of that falls and potentially sticks to those colder surfaces, if it melts as cars drive by, things like that, there could be some patchy slick spots. But that's all going to also depend on whether or not you see any of these flurries and if they even amount to much of anything. Again, through the first part of our day, we start off with partly cloudy skies Saturday morning. Clouds come back, though, by about 7, 8, and they bring another round of some isolated to scattered flurries and snow showers. But you can see how brief they are. They don't reach everybody, and they are out of here pretty quickly. Once we get past that, skies will begin to clear out as we head into Saturday afternoon, late afternoon, into the evening and overnight hours. I'd have a few more clouds building in for Sunday, but Sunday then will clear out pretty quickly as well, and we're looking pretty good from there, except for the temperatures. So for today, near average, mid-40s out there. Those southwest winds, again, gusting to 20. Overnight tonight, we're technically above normal. We should be 25. We're going to be in the low 30s, but our wind chills will be in that 20 to 25 degree range, and northwest winds gusting to 20. Those northwest winds ramp up tomorrow, gusting to 30. Still seasonable temperatures at those mostly cloudy skies as we head into the mid-40s. That shouldn't have been in there. I don't know what that was doing there. Well, we're going to move on to the extended forecast here. So what we're talking about. We're near normal Friday night, but that other cold front that comes into on Saturday, look at these temperatures, well below average. We're talking low 30s, maybe even some upper 20s on Saturday. Temperatures overnight down to about 10 Saturday night, and we stay below normal, really at these bitterly cold temperatures through Monday. And then as we head into Tuesday, we're back near normal, and then we see the return of the above normal temperatures next week, back into the low to mid 50s, maybe some isolated to scattered shower chances as well. So it's a brief touch of winter, but it is a big one. It's going to be pretty darn cold heading into the weekend.
And I feel like if it's going to be that cold, it's only fair if we get a little bit of snow.
It'd be nice to see at least some flurries. You know, we don't want to shut the region down by any means, but a few flurries would be nice.
Definitely. Well, thanks, Chris. Stick around. We're making cake mix cookies in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Thanks to Cake Mix, these homemade cookies are almost effortless. Howard shows us how to make them in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Here in the Test Kitchen, we love using cake mixes as a jumpstart to all sorts of desserts. They cut down on the number of ingredients we need to buy, and we don't have to dig all those ingredients out of our pantry. Talk about making our lives easier. and they can be the secret weapon when baking cookies like we are today. Instead of measuring out the flour, sugar, baking powder, and all the flavorings, we simply combine Devil's Food Cake Mix, which has all of that in there, with our eggs and a half a container of whipped topping. Now we'll give that a good mix until it forms a sticky dough. Then for the fun part, we dust our hands with some powdered sugar and shape the dough into individual balls, coating them with a little more sugar before baking them off. It takes only about 10 minutes. And for a change of pace, you can switch up the cake mix and try using other flavors. Maybe one time lemon, another time strawberry. You get the idea. And see how the powdered sugar contrasts against the dark chocolatey cookies? It's pure heaven. Just don't forget the glass of cold milk to wash them down with. So what are you waiting for? The recipe for cake mix cookies is online now, so you can bake hot out of the oven cookies whenever you get a hankering for them. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where every day we're looking for a chocolatey way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
All right, so again, seasonable temperatures today and tomorrow, and then well below normal into the weekend. So bundle up. A few light flurry snow showers possible again between about 9 p.m. tomorrow and 1 p.m. on Saturday. No accumulations, but maybe a couple of slick spots. We'll stay below average through Monday, and then because it's the 4 states, we go back above average into the 50s in the second half of next week.
A real roller coaster.
Man, that's really the only way to describe it these days. It's just up, down, here, there, and everywhere.
Well, thanks, Chris. What do you have coming up for us
Well,
tonight?
lots coming up at 5. For starters, it's an old idea with a new purpose. As parents look for ways to help their kids unplug from screens and social media, some are plugging back into a familiar sound, a ringing landline. Remember those things? Plus, Joplin Shoals Harbor is asking for support for its blanket drive, hoping to keep community members in need warm as the temperatures drop. And students in Fort Scott come together to honor Martin Luther King Jr. with a reading of the letter from Birmingham jail. Hope you'll join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's coming up today. KOAM News at 5.
Well, those all sound great, Dow. Thank you so much. That's the news for now. Thank you for joining us for KOAM News at noon. Have a great afternoon.